morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to say a few words about Dharma. Today, as Dharma subject, I think organized way of teaching of Buddha, the ground, had the result. Sometimes Dharma's teachings, there are two subjects, relative truth and absolute truth. Pretty much same thing. Sometimes the Dharma teachings, there are Four Noble Truths. Basically all pretty much same thing, different angles and talking about. The ground path result. The ground, there are two way of phenomena we have to look. One is that relative level of ground. That is based on 5 skandhas, which is form, our body, and the outer world. We call it Jambavupa in our world, the earth. Jambavupa, and there are countless worlds. We can't count beings. We can't count the worlds, the same. We can't count sentient beings. So this outer world as inner beings, everything, they're related to the 5 skandhas: form, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness. Another way of we can describe physical and mental. Form is physical, then the 4 skandhas is mental. That is a relative level of the ground. And Buddha's taught a lot his 5 skandhas. It's like illusion. It's like a dream. It's like mirage or something. It appears, as it exists like a dream. When we have dream, in the dream, we can hear sound, smell, taste, everything like now. It's yet exist when we are not wake up, it's dreaming. But at the same time, it's not exist. If we wake up, then it does not exist. That is an example of the phenomena. When one who understands natural reality, then this visual mind sees phenomena like a dream, illusion. It appears it's not truly existence. The one who doesn't understand, like us, usually, and then it is real. It's not like a dream. We hold it and grasping, hold on, and then fixating as more or more as we have a lot of trouble and suffering. And so, Dharma practitioners, Dharma students, have to understand the ground. There are 2 levels. Relative level of ground as illusion. It's like a dream. And then beneficial of this, less grasping, less fixation. And then less, an absolute level of the ground, then this we called absolute truth. Sutta edition is talking about its emptiness. Relative truth and absolute truth now is two subjects. The same way of, we can combine in the ground. Relative truth is like what we're seeing here, everything. What we can hear, smell, and so forth. Object of senses. And the sense itself is a relative level of phenomena. And we always dealing with, most time, a relative level of the phenomena. But from Dharma point of view, with Buddha's teaching, what we seeing, hearing, and testing, and so forth, it's just rough. We don't see it, everything. Of course, we don't have the capacity to see it, everything, because small eye, right? That's why we don't see everything. We don't hear every sound. And because our sense perceptions, our faculties, sense faculties, is rough. And then, when we study, one who has very high realization, like Nagarjuna example, Buddha Shakyamuni example, what those mind, the wisdom, sees phenomena, saying, oh, this phenomena is like exactly dream, it's illusion. It's always shaking, it's always changing, it's impermanent. Even one single minute is not stable. Even if we think, this world is stable, it's not. It comes, goes. Outer world comes, goes, inner beings comes, goes. So that's when we see, when we feel, that's just it's big, rough. Before that, a lot's changing. So then those wisdom teachers, they see phenomena like empty. It's very important first to know where things are. Without knowing where things are, we can't remove our problems from Buddhist point of view. Wisdom, power of wisdom, removing sufferings. Power of wisdom's removing confusions. As long as we have confusion holding permanent view, the grasping, fixating, then we can't remove suffering. Because root of suffering, holding on in the mind, doesn't matter what we try, any other branches. Doesn't matter where you go, where you stay, or who's with you, company with you. Problem is here. And so, then, talking about self, emptiness. Everybody, every sentient beings, even insects, has self, ego clinging. Me and the mine. Every sentient being has. Even the high bodhisattvas, they have subtle ego clinging. We don't say ego clinging, but subtle clinging something. So we know that every sentient being has, we have, and other beings has self. Then Buddha's teaching saying that the caution is that where is self? And what we believe, what we feel, sometimes it's self, or our body, its body itself. If we are not analyze, examine it, not think about it, then of course, some sort of, whole put together is self. Someone says something about your hair or nose, and we just immediately angry or upset or something. That's kind of the body's identity of the self, or name, or any other, related to you, is kind of identity of the self. Then look at carefully, the body is not really, it's something missing or something, and the problem's body, self is still much more strong. And in the terms, if you look at the terms, we say it's my body, it's like my book, kind of possess qualities. And then that's how we analyze. Think about it in the self, we believe self exists. They say, we can take example of the body. The body is the identity of self. Then, which part of body we are talking about? Legs, head, and two arms, all whole put together. Together is just be labeled. It's not one thing, something there. And then look at, their body is just all collection put together, but what about the finger something, or hands? The same thing, and so there are lots of parts put together, we give it name, hand. Then hands go to the finger. The finger go to the, Jones, as then Niels, as they go to the farther and farther, at the deeper and deeper level, and then atoms, cells and atoms. Even atom itself is not truly existent. It's become space. Then that space, we can't describe what it is. The Buddhism terms used as emptiness or sublessness. Means it doesn't exist itself. If you look at further and further, it's losing the characteristics. And the Buddhas, other great masters like Nagarjunas, through their wisdom, through the meditation, they see everything like space. This is how we started. That we call absolute truth. This phenomena, nobody created. It's unchangeable. But without knowing this wisdom, we can't remove our suffering completely. And then back, the self, right? If you look at this way, the body, you don't find any really self. Legs, so forth. No, you don't find the same thing, just leg and arms. But what about head? The same. There are eyes, ears. If you really look at the brain, no, they're something. But still we have self. This self we're describing from Buddhist point of view, interdependent self. This all five skandhas put together, then self exists, interdependently exist. It's like every phenomena. It's not only self. And here and there, or this Nagarjuna was using those. And here and there exist. It depends where you sit or stand, or up and down, short and long, and what's that? Tall and short. It depends. If you're this 5 meters, it depends. If you measured 6 meters, then it's short. It's measured the 4, then it's tall. Itself doesn't have some sort of, tall and short. Same here and there. Here and there exists dependent. I sitting here, then I said it's there. You said opposite. Same thing. The self. All form, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness put together, we not analyze, examine it, just merely leave it alone and then be holding self. And me and mine. So that then what's the point here? Not knowing nature, reality, emptiness, we say it comes from ignorance, not knowing kind of clear. This ignorance removed by the wisdom, prajna, to know nature, reality. Knowing nature, reality is wisdom, it removes ignorance and the passions, aggressions, so forth, all other disturbing emotions. That's the only way to completely remove and suffering. The root of suffering, that's the root of suffering. And then, that's kind of, the view of the Buddhism. Interdependently exist, relative truth and absolute truth, both. If you really look at, examine it, analyze, you don't find truly existing something. If we find something, then we already out of the reality. If we think about something, then we are out of the natural reality. Natural reality, we can't measure exactly what it is. Sometimes we say beyond words, beyond concept. That's, how way things are. And at the same time, we can, understand and be with it. That's when we understand it, that's what we call wisdom. Then path of Buddhist teaching here, to understand this view, natural reality, relative truth, absolute truth. Relative is like illusion, right? Dream. And absolute, Juda, free from fabrications. And then following that is we call the path. And trying to dissolve our mental, we have two levels. The one, disturbing emotions, anger, passion, ignorance, jealous, envy, so forth. Those we have, every sentient being has. This is the root of suffering. We have to understand and to try to dissolve, decrease. Decrease. Then we have love and compassion, wisdom. That we have to increase. But the method is that when we understand natural reality, be with it, our mind become familiar and familiar with this reality, then it's our disturbed emotions is not really quality of our mind. It's temporary from Buddhist point of view. It doesn't matter how strong they are, it's going to be dissolved. Then, other hand, we have loving kindness and compassion, love and compassion. That is going to increase because our mind dealing with natural reality. Reality is peace, free from those disturbing emotions. Love and compassion increase. And this love and compassion, bodhicitta, that is the path. When those are rising in our mind, then we have path of Dharma. That's lead a happy life. And when this arising, immediately change our life. More mind is more relaxed, peacefully resting, joy inside. And it helps for self, then also that helps for others too. This is a path. The result, ultimate result is enlightenment, like Buddha Shakyamuni or something. The temporary, they're blessed and comfortable. There are many things. Take rebirth. Buddhism believes reincarnation. Take rebirth. Other higher realms, like human example. There's other realms, and that is temporary. Even just immediately, it's a benefit. The mind is soft, gentle, relaxed, peacefully, and the life is getting better. Mentally, it's healthy. It does affect the body too. It's benefit a lot. And then ultimate, when we do that, to strengthening love and compassion, bodhicitta, and our mind dealing with natural reality, this natural reality we call the Buddha nature, seed of Buddha. Every sentient being has, it's all, it exists. One who discovered this, usually, just general, we don't understand our disturbed emotions covered. Then we have confusion, and confusion makes more confusion, and more confusion. We are struggle in this samsara. And one who dealing with this natural reality, then removing those confusions, covered this natural reality, or seed of Buddha, Buddha nature of our mind. This all terms, talking about the same subject. And loving kindness and compassion arising, there is a wisdom, power of wisdom, removing confusions, disturbed emotions. Then one point, the complete manifest. There is no any other obscurations. Complete manifest one's own nature, nature of our mind. That is the Buddha, enlightenment. Then, this point, free from suffering, everything. That's, I think, a result. Ground, path, result. That's all. Include everything, right? If you have some questions, then, yeah, please.
Thank you, Khenpo. I have a question about meditating on the five skandhas.
Okay.
I've been meditating on the feelings, like emotional feelings.
That's right.
Like angry or happy or sad, and where I feel them, and to me it would be, those emotions would be in my mind, which I think of in my brain, but yet I feel
In the heart.
emotion here.
That's right.
And how is that?
I think that's
why? That's my question.
I think it's mind. We are talking about physical and mental mind. Mind, basically, you don't find any location, any. Some people are describing in the brain, some people are describing the heart, some people are describing the belly. Because that's why talking about, there's no location. But general, if you study or some text, then mind located in the heart. That's maybe you can feel heart here. And sometimes we do. Loving kindness, compassion is warm heart and relaxing here. But that's, and you can feel, it's not only here. And head to feet. You can feel when something problem, the food. Feet. You can feel the legs. And emotional, that's right. The more related to the heart, and it's there we can feel. But then look at when you're angry, right? How we can control anger. Some teachings, techniques, anger transform immediately into the wisdom if we have very enough strong realizations. But for us, that is not easy. Then how we can control those emotions through contemplate. Then first we have to begin to know anger is arising. Then, if you have time to contemplate, then look at how it looks like anger. Because angry, something going on in your mind. If someone says something or uncomfortable something, you see something or whatever. Later, this continuing angry because you have this imagination. Clear this person if saying something, if you're angry. Someone says something or someone behavior something, or maybe you may think there's bad attitude or something. Then this clearly in your mind, then you are angry. It's like a dream. This object of anger, your subject, is all in your mind in this point. If you don't realize that, then be continuing fighting. It's imagination. If you're It's not here. Could be, many years ago there's something happened. Maybe they don't know it. You're angry or, trouble. And that's why I think habitual patterns. And then if you know it, this imagination, you are fighting in imagination, your imagination. And there's no object. It's just on the mind, mental image. And then look at again, who's angry, which looks like anger, where they're located. You don't find, it's empty, really emptiness. And through this way, it really helps. A little bit, dissolving the anger. Any other disturbing emotion, same way, if you look at this way, you can control many disturbing emotions. Then, again and again, later, when anger arises, there are many methods, One method, not trying to not arise in anger. When there's arising or when you made conditions, anger is ready to arise or beginning we say it's not strong. Then try to control one's own disturbing emotions. Another, this already arised. Then if you control, this is a very good way of dissolving. Most time we arise in the mind, anger, passion, aggression, ignorance, then envy, jealous, hated, and agitated, and there are lots. Self-esteem, and lots of things as in our mind. We can dissolve through contemplation, through looking, change our perceptions. And that's, I think, a power of Dharma's techniques. Simple way of change as life. I think try like this way, maybe. Yeah, you're welcome.